Hello and welcome to 6 Degrees of Feature Film. I am Brienne, also known as Miss Movies, also known as Ladybird.
And I am
I don't know.
the severed head of Anna from Frozen. Why is
I
this on a
mean, let's see if we
string?
can get this closer.
What's happening?
I don't know
Really
if
freaked
it'll.
me out.
There, maybe.
Focus, focus.
That's really
Ah,
scary.
that's a good photo op right there.
I just found this on the ground and I was like, wait, where's the rest of her? I don't know where the rest of
I
Anna
don't know.
is.
This is like a serial killer mystery. It's like
Mhm.
we're in Zodiac.
Oh my
Where's
goodness.
the rest of the body?
Where is the rest of the body?
I
Well,
don't know.
the rest of everybody is here in the chat. Hi,
Hey,
thanks for joining us, Randall Sand,
Randall.
Star Drew, Elise McKenna, Jonathan Peck, all the people that I see right
Hello, my babies.
now.
Hello.
My darling. Hello, my
Random
ragtime gal.
girl. Brienne, it's been so long since we've
I
done our
know
show. I can't
it
remember
has.
what it is. So, what
Okay,
is this show that we
this
do?
show is 6 Degrees of Future Film. We're going to take one film and show how six other films link up to it in some random way, shape, or form. And today,
What?
our feature film that we're starting off with is Lady Bird. And we're going to get into that in just a moment. But I want to know, how was your Thanksgiving, Stacey?
My
Tell me about it.
Thanksgiving was pretty much non-existent.
Right?
I
Why is that?
well, I'm a store manager. I do
Mhm.
work retail, manage a big store with lots of employees, and of course, Black Friday was upon us. I
Mhm.
worked so we opened Thursday like 8 p.m., but I
Yep.
wasn't there. I got in at midnight Thursday night, technically
Mhm.
Friday morning, and worked until 9 a.m. Friday morning. So I couldn't
Mhm.
really do anything Thursday during the day because I had to like sleep, so that way I could
Right.
be up and do the overnight shift. So
Yes.
it was a
You
weird
sacrificed
thing.
your Thanksgiving for our consumerism.
I did indeed.
So JT East should thank you
Yes,
specifically, just you.
yes, indeed, indeed. Did you go Black Friday shopping? Did you eat things? What happened?
The only thing I did on Black Friday was I saw the movie The Man Who Invented Christmas. So
How was
that's
that?
all by myself, by the
Oh,
way. Like
how
I
was
ditched
that?
the kids and my husband went by myself. You know what? Dan Stevens is my second in command to Chris Evans.
I
So I
know
was like,
he
oh, I
is.
love Dan Stevens.
Ever since The Guest,
Right, right.
he's
The guest is incredible.
great. I love The Guest.
So, and I've never seen Downton Abbey. I know he's really good in that,
Mhm.
or I've been told. But anyways, it was all right. It's not a movie I'd see again. I'm glad I
Mhm.
saw it. I thought it was cute. You know, it's like the Shakespeare in Love of Charles Dickens,
Oh,
A Christmas Carol.
okay.
So, you know, I feel about the same way you feel about it now.
Yeah.
Gonna yawn.
Okay. Sorry. You guys know I yawn so much in the show, and I try to hide it behind my mic. I'm like,
Mhm.
but really behind it, I have like a really wide open mouth. Only Brienne
Mm,
sees this.
I do. I see it. I also
Feel it.
we switched areas today, got the tree behind us because I was like, it's getting close to Christmas. Might as well.
It's beginning to
Hmm.
look a lot like Christmas with the movies we talk about today. It's not Christmas; they're
No, they're
Thanksgiving-ish
Thanksgiving, they're
things.
holiday.
Hmm.
So,
Holiday movies.
well, yeah, we
Well.
decorated the tree, and now I have to do more surgery apparently because I got out the hot glue gun, and
Glue that
yeah,
shit back on. Yeah. Hot glue gunning things is really fun. Can I just throw that out there?
and I will say, yes, it is fun to hot glue things and fix ornaments. But I was thinking about it today. I was like, Bad Mom's Christmas is very much true because I'm like really depressed about the holidays and everything I have to do to get ready for that because moms don't enjoy, they give joy. And that is a very, very true.
Ah.
I'm going to be making 22 graham cracker gingerbread houses for my daughter's birthday so kids can decorate them.
Oh
I
my
have gone
gosh.
insane. I
Why
have
why
gone
why are
insane
you doing this?
just because I
Can
thought
you
it would be
buy them
fun.
anywhere? Can you
They would be
pre-buy them?
way too expensive. It's like
Yeah.
$10 a pop, whereas I could make them for probably maybe less than $2.
Okay. All
So,
right.
but what I am doing is I'm going to use hot glue to like do the structure. So it'll be
Oh, I
graham
see.
crackers, but I'm going to use hot glue to structure it.
As long as they don't eat it.
Yeah, they can't eat it. I
So
mean,
they're
they could
just
lick
gonna
it off.
decorate.
They could lick it.
Okay.
But anyway. Anyways.
Please
All
don't
right.
kill all these children with
I'm not going
chemicals.
to kill him. I hope
Okay.
not. Also want to say what's up to Andrew, Sarah, Janine, and is there someone I missed that has come
Laura's
in?
here.
Laura and Laura.
Laura.
Hey.
What up, G?
So there you go.
Hey, I missed
Let's
you.
get into Ladybird. I
Okay.
missed you too. I'm sad we didn't see this together. I did
I
see it
know.
with Rachel Cushing.
You did, and I
I
was really
did.
sad I couldn't go.
I
Again, I
know.
had to work. But I feel like it's one of those movies where
Mhm.
these girls are like, if we were younger and we went to high school together, they would be like us.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
They would definitely
absolutely.
be like us.
Yes.
I'd probably be
Yes.
more of Lady Bird's friend.
You're Lady Bird's friend, and I'm like
And you're a
Lady
Lady
Bird
Bird.
with the
I
red
mean, it
hair and the
makes sense.
craziness.
It makes sense. I tweeted out a picture of the movie and that we're going to talk about it. And someone's like, wow, you've lost a lot of weight. And then I was
Oh,
like, oh
yeah.
my gosh, we totally do look
We
like
do.
them.
I should have a cast on my arm. Their personalities are very similar to ours.
They are. This came out November 3rd, 2017, this year, still in theaters. I would prefer that we just talk loosely about it,
Yeah.
not too many spoilers at all. So that way people, will be encouraged to go see it
For
because
sure.
it definitely deserves your money
Yeah.
in in a theater,
Absolutely.
streaming
Go
somehow.
see it at like some great indie film that's showing. Go like eat
Mhm.
sushi before and then go with your friends and see it and laugh about girlhood and mother daughter relationships.
Exactly.
I thought it was great.
This is about in the early 2000s, an artistically inclined 17-year-old comes of age in Sacramento, California. That is the synopsis, which is kind of like, okay, I don't know. I never understand the synopsis that are on IMDb. It's sometimes written and directed by Greta Gerwig. And she also wrote Frances Ha, and she's known for acting. Well, what do
And
you
she
know?
did
And
Mistress America, and which is a movie that I was gonna watch for today, but I didn't end up being able to watch it. But that one I heard was fantastic too.
yeah,
And she's amazing.
she's amazing. She's 2 years younger than me. I'm a
Wow.
little jealous
Wow.
that I'm not this
She's
successful.
Yeah, she's like the quirky older sister I always wanted
hmm
but never had
Is
and now
she
want
Lady
to
Bird?
become. Yeah, she is Lady Bird.
Okay.
So I never really listened to NPR, but my boyfriend does, and we were listening to it in the car,
hmm
and I happened to hear an interview with her about this film, and it was so interesting.
Hmm.
So a lot of things that she grew up with, she put into this movie. She is from Sacramento. She did go to
Right.
Catholic school, even though she is not Catholic. And she talks about her love of Catholicism and like the rituals of it,
Hmm.
and the she loves like saints and studying, the lives of saints and everything. And so that was kind of put into the film where it wasn't part of her religious upbringing, but it was part of her like
hmm
social upbringing.
Right. It's really interesting to see the perspective of someone that goes to a private school that's not that religion or
Mhm.
isn't religious.
Mhm.
Similar in a way to School Ties, because in School Ties, he's Jewish and he's going to a Catholic
Yeah.
school
Mhm.
and he has to hide that he's Jewish.
Mhm.
I don't think you'd have to, I feel like this day and age, you don't have to hide that you're like, people accept that you aren't necessarily that religion. Ben goes
Mhm.
to a religious college
Yep.
and I don't think you're religious, are you? I have no
No,
idea. I don't know your background.
I'm not. And
You
like
have to go to chapel though, right?
no, because
Oh.
like we're a Jesuit
Oh,
college
okay.
and we're college, so we don't really care that much. So
Okay.
there is a chapel,
Mhm.
and there are certain things that do bring us there, but for the most part, I forget we're religious all the time.
Interesting.
We have centers for every other religion somewhere on campus. It's cool.
Sure.
I've
Yeah.
always wanted to go to Catholic school. Like when I was
Hmm.
younger, I either wanted to be Catholic or Jewish because I liked, like I said, the ritual part of it. I liked all the traditions that they have. I wanted to like wear a uniform, go to school, have it be all boys or all girls, or well, I wouldn't go
Mhm.
to all boys school. That doesn't make sense. But I wanted I wanted that atmosphere and
Mhm.
setting. I just thought it was so interesting as a non-religious person. Like I wouldn't be emotionally invested, but I was like psychologically invested. It's weird. Yeah.
Another part that I find investing psychologically is the mother-daughter relationship in this, because I found
Loved it.
this is probably the best portrayal I think I've seen on screen of an actual mother-daughter relationship. I feel like I knew these characters really well.
Mhm.
Not that I didn't feel like I was Lady Bird,
Mhm.
but I felt like I know her mom. Like her mom is in a way my mom. Like
Mm.
the mannerisms that her mom has, it
Mhm.
just felt very real to me, as opposed to, let's say, Edge of 17. I didn't really connect with that
Mhm.
mother and daughter relationship, but I connected with this one.
See, I connected with Edge of 17 more. Like I
Because
love
you're a
Lady.
boy.
Well, no,
I
well,
feel like boys connect with Edge of 17 way more than girls, and I really want to poll on this.
Interesting.
Like,
I've never seen Edge of 17.
it's really good.
it's
What's
all
the-
right.
What's
It's all
the
I like
right.
it
mother daughter
a lot.
relationship in that like?
It's
here's why I don't like the mother-daughter relationship in Edge of 17, and it's more, or here's why Edge of 17 isn't as sticking to me as Lady
Mhm.
Bird
Mhm.
is because Edge of 17 hinges on a death, and that bothers me because I feel like we
Oh.
could get to all these emotional states without having to have that.
Mhm.
And whereas Lady Bird doesn't have that.
I
Right.
agree with
So,
that. Like, yeah, you're right. But I don't know. I feel like Edge of 17 is more about the brother sister relationship and how they
yes.
both relate to their mom, which is just one that I connect with more.
Mhm.
That said, the Lady Bird relationship between the mother and daughter is freaking fantastic.
Mhm. I think Greta Gerwig said in an interview, she was like, I don't know any mother daughter relationship that isn't complicated. And that's very,
So
very
true.
true.
I,
And
it
everyone
already is
has,
happening with my daughter.
yeah.
It's already complicated.
Oh,
I say
wow.
go left, she goes right. It's like, okay, girl.
I fought with my mom a lot growing up, but our
Mhm.
arguments were much different than the relationship in this movie because in this movie the mother is, from the daughter's perspective, she's really hard on her daughter. But from
Mhm.
the mother's perspective, she's trying to get her daughter to do better
To
and
be
be
the best
better,
that she
be the best
could
she can
be.
be. And she feels like, listen, there are things that I know you should be doing to do better and to discover these things about yourself. But I also know that you need to do this in your own time and
Mhm.
that you're not going to listen to me if I tell you, so I don't want to push you away, but I do want to push you in some way.
Mhm.
So, and my mom's her personality is a lot different. She's a sweet woman. She's very accepting. She's very warm and loving. But our arguments were like, I want you to be different. I wish you would treat me differently. I want
Hmm.
you to be like harder on me because I
Interesting.
need it. You know what I mean? Like our relationship was like the opposite of this movie, but we still had arguments and fought all the
Oh,
time.
so you were the mom too. You were the mom in this situation. In a way,
Um,
you wanted her to be
in a
better.
way, like
Okay.
I wanted there to be more
More
like
roles,
more roles, more like
role specific.
pushback, role
Okay.
specific, yeah. But then again, but that's not her personality she has, and that's not what she wanted from the
Mhm.
relationship. So it's complicated in that way. But I love her
Got it.
very much, and she's like the nicest, most supportive woman ever. But I was a very difficult, very emotional child. So I
Mm.
was like, I need more conflict. Like I wanted drama in my life, and so I made my own drama.
There you
Yeah.
go, making
Mhm.
that own drama.
Yeah.
I love that this film has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes and it's over like 117 reviews that have come in and still at 100%, which
Mhm.
is incredible.
Yeah.
But I also feel like that puts a big burden on its shoulders for people that are going to see it, let's say now.
Yeah.
Because maybe they're like, oh my gosh, this is supposed to be amazing. And then they go in and they're like, but okay, that was all right. Like maybe
Mhm.
they'll expect more than what they're going to get.
Right. Yeah. I think they're expecting like I don't want them to expect this like life-changing movie.
Hmm.
Like it's a really really great story and you can get out of it
Right.
what you want, but it's not like
Hmm.
move heaven and earth, change cinema
This is
forever.
not Citizen Kane.
No, it's not Citizen Kane.
But it's great.
Yeah.
Randall Sands says 164 reviews have come in
Nice.
since last he heard. So there you
Nice.
go. Some other people that have come into the chat that I want to
So
say
many
hey to.
thoughts.
Jonathan, Jason Motorolan, not Motorolan, Motorolan.
Motorola. Get
Like
your
Motorola.
Motorola. Get out on the highway. That one? No? Okay.
Yeah, there's two Jonathans. So hey, both Jonathans.
What's up, Jonathan's?
Jonathan M and Jonathan C. Right now, it's made over a little bit over 10, 11 million at the box office. It
Mhm.
cost 10 million to make, so I'm assuming the projection is that it'll make back it'll double that.
Good, good. I hope
I'm
so.
hoping.
Do you think it'll get all the Oscar noms?
I hope so.
I hope at least for writing.
Yes. And I'm hoping Laurie Metcalf for supporting
Oh
actress.
yeah. Mhm.
And I hope for director, it would be great.
Mhm.
I need some ladies in that director
Now it's
category.
her first directing.
It's her first
role,
solo
right?
feature.
First solo feature.
Yes.
Mhm.
So there you go.
Nice. There you go.
That is Lady Bird. Those are our thoughts
Yes.
on Lady Bird.
Go see it. It's a great
Yes.
indie film. Everyone can pull from their own emotional relationships in their life
Mhm.
from this movie, whether it's with your friend, with your mom,
Yep.
with your
And
brother.
it's A24, and that's your favorite.
I love A24. God, they're so good.
They're so good.
And it's because they can just do what they want. Because someone had money and they were like, I like movies. Do good. Throw money.
I wish I
Make
could
your
be that
project.
one day.
Be weird.
Well, I mean,
do
they mostly buy movies and distribute them.
Yeah.
So they're like that. We like that. We'll buy that. We
Yeah.
like that. We'll buy that. We
But
like
they
that. We'll
make
buy
them
that.
too.
Yeah.
Not most of them.
But they make them
They
too.
do make some of them.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Thanks.
They make some of them.
I just wanted to
But
make
yeah,
sure
I like
that
that they can be like,
agreeing.
you're weird and cool. Go. That's weird. Go. Like they just pick. They're not like we
They're
must
so
have
good.
profits.
They're so good.
So now we're going to take Lady Bergen and we're going to link it to 2 other films. And our link is going to be films that feature Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So there is a Thanksgiving part in Lady Bird. It's rather short. And now we're going to link it to other movies that feature Thanksgiving. You
Yeah.
picked one that I've never seen.
Oh. I did not know
Can't
you
wait.
haven't. Wait, you told me you hadn't seen this, but I forgot that
Yes.
until this.
Okay,
moment,
great,
Because I'm a
great.
forgetful person. So I went with Son-in-Law, the classic.
Yeah.
Classic 1993 story. Having gotten a taste of college life, a drastically changed farm girl returns home for Thanksgiving break with her best friend, a flamboyant party animal who is clearly a fish out of water in a small farm town. This is directed by Steve Rash, who did Bring It On, All or Nothing,
Nice.
and some other movies.
Yes.
It stars Pauly Shore,
Mhm.
Carla Gugino, our girl. We love Carla Gugino.
We do.
She's amazing. Lane Smith, Cindy Pickett, Mason Adams, Patrick Renna, Tiffany Amber Thiessen is in this, although she's not Amber anymore. It's just Tiffany Thiessen, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Which I did not know, but that's what IMDb
There
says.
you
So we're
go.
going to respect her wishes and call her Tiffany Thiessen. This movie it's one of those dumb 90s comedies that we watched all the time.
I have a
in our
question.
house. Yeah.
So it just says she brings home a friend, but
Yeah.
is he her boyfriend then?
He's not a boyfriend.
Okay.
So what happens is she's from a very small conservative farming town where
Okay.
everyone's the same, everyone stays there.
Mhm.
She moves off to college and he meets her and is like, I'm going to give you a makeover. We're going to help you change your life. You're going to meet new people and learn about new things. So she is now
Okay.
changed and has discovered, culture and life. And I think she she goes to UCLA or something. Like I think she goes somewhere drastically different. She gets like a haircut and an outfit makeover. And she's like, I'm going to bring you, I don't think you have anything to do for Thanksgiving. I'm going to bring you home with me. And because she has now changed herself, she doesn't want to go back to her family and, be like the same anymore. She really
Okay.
wants to like keep these changes. And she has like her ex-boyfriend that's there at home and her parents that are tough on her. So she wants like a support system basically. So she brings this crazy friend back home to kind of like be with her and have with her.
Okay.
And so it's all about her transformation and she like pretends to be engaged to him to make the boyfriend jealous or something or get her parents off her back or something like that. So I haven't seen it in a while. I kind of forgot.
All
I
right.
kind of forgot.
But here we are.
But here we are talking about it. And it's a dumb 90s Pauly Shore movie, but I like it. I think it's fun.
I definitely need to catch up on my dumb 90s Pauly Shore films.
Mhm.
I don't.
Biodome? Anyone?
Nope. Didn't see that. Didn't see
What?
Jury Duty. I don't think I watched
In the
Pauly.
Army now?
Nope.
What?
You know what? I believe that I
In the Army
only
has the
watched.
best.
I only watched Encino Man. He's not the main character in that.
Interesting that you should
So.
say that because Link, Brendan Fraser's character from Encino Man, makes a cameo
Oh,
at a party
Okay.
in this movie, and Pauly Shore turns to him and is like, was that guy? But then they don't acknowledge it. They don't say anything. They just have a little silly
Okay.
cameo moment.
That's another movie that I'm disappointed never had a sequel, which was Encino Man, because we know that there's an Encino woman.
Oh,
There is that at the
like,
end.
should they have Encino babies? And then it's like, how do we?
It's like, look who's
parents?
talking.
Yeah,
Like, now we're gonna have 2 kids, and now we're gonna have the dogs.
Sure. The dogs talk too. Let's go with it. I'm trying to remember her like overall makeover was what I thought was so fascinating when I was young because she had this long dark hair. She cut it and did it like strawberry, like bright orange red basically, and she had like the perfect 90s outfit, which was like tights and boots and the choker and the tight lace dress, and the whole, and it was like
It's
a
kinda
velvet
like
skirt.
this.
Yeah. She was dressed just like you, but with like this hair. So picture like it was like this.
You know what's great, guys? I got checked for lice yesterday. I
Ooh.
don't have any, but it was because
Thanks for freaking me out.
there's a kid in the neighborhood that has it, and they had a lice lady come to their house.
Oh,
And
there's lice lady.
oh my gosh, there's a whole
How do
world.
I
There's a
become a
whole
lice
world
lady?
about lice that you're unaware of.
I
so
need to know this.
the lice lady was at their house, and they just offered for anyone in the neighborhood to come by and get checked, so that way, we could all get checked out. My
How
kids
much does
checked
she
out
get
we
paid?
all I'm not positive about her payment, so I don't
Okay.
know, but she gets paid per hour.
You need to figure that out because I'm interested in becoming a lice lady.
Really? It's got to be at least like $200 an hour. I don't know, something
Damn.
like that. But anyways, so we're all clear in this house, but I was like, yes. I
Good to
checked
know.
before we went over there because we do play with this other child often. I
Mm.
was like, oh man, do we have lice? And for a long time, this was like a big fear of mine that my kids would get lice and I have all this stuff I'd have to do. And then I realized, you know what? They got people for this now.
Yeah.
People that will come
There's
to your
lice
house,
ladies.
will come to your house and get all of it out and then come back in 2 weeks to check to make sure that everything got out, because that's the hatching
This is
hatching time.
a genius business
It
model.
is. It
And I
is.
hope she doesn't have a monopoly on it because I intend to create my own
No, there's
lice
plenty.
lady.
There's plenty of independent lice
Independent
removal
lice
people.
ladies.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. There you go.
We are the lice ladies, independent. Throw your hands
That's our
up
next
that
business
way. Yes, please.
when we're trying to earn money. I'm going to go to my film that has
Okay.
features Thanksgiving, and that's Adam's Family Values, which I'm surprised we have not talked about on this show, but I don't believe we have. At least I don't have it in my notes anywhere. So
I kind of just want to watch the scene of them doing the Thanksgiving play. That's like
yes,
the
I mean
best
that's the part.
scene in any movie ever.
Mhm. It is the best scene. I love Wednesday Adams and how serious she gets. And I feel like that's very appropriate to our time now. Like,
Yeah.
let's be PC about this. I'm
You
burning
will
this
sell
mother
fireworks by
effer
the
down.
roadside.
Like, whoa, girl.
We cannot
Whoa,
break bread
girl.
with you.
So the Adams family try to rescue their beloved Uncle Fester from his gold-digging new love, a black widow named Debbie. Directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, who also did the Men in Black series as well as Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West.
We have Angelica Houston, all the people from the original, as well as Raul Julia, Christopher Lloyd, Joan Cusack joins the cast in this. Christina Ricci, Carol Kane, we see for the first time in this. David Krumholtz, Peter McNichol, Christine Baranski as like the camp counselors that are in
Yep.
charge of the camp. The kids go to camp, and I pretty much anything with camp, I'm sold. Like I will watch a movie if it takes place at camp. I don't know why we don't have more camp movies. I don't understand that.
We should make our own camp movie
We should.
where
Let's
we're
do
teaching
it.
people to be lice ladies.
That's right,
I
lice lady.
cannot move on from this subject. You
We're gonna teach you how to spot them
Yep.
and how to extract them
Yep.
so that they never return. I don't understand. You know what we need to do? We need to create the lice vaccine. So
Yeah.
that way no one will ever get lice and it'll eradicate lice. I don't know why we're still talking about lice.
I don't know. Don't you
That's
just
okay.
put like mayonnaise on your head?
That is an old school way of thinking, and you will not graduate from lice lady school because
God
of that.
damn it! It's all I want in this life.
That is one way you can do it.
Okay.
And then you have to wrap it in cellophane because you
Sure.
have to
That
you
sounds
have to
very
suffocate them.
exfoliating. It's like a
Okay.
spa.
Anyways,
Or a lice spa.
this was the budget was 75 million, and this was a bomb. It only made about 48 million at the box office. So at
Really?
least the US box office. I'm not sure it did much better in the international box office. But I do like the fact that Carol Kane is 1 year younger than Morticia Addams, yet was playing the grandmother,
Yeah, that's funny.
which is hilarious. Although I would never guess that Carol Kane is a year younger than Angelica Houston,
Yeah.
but maybe because of the makeup
Maybe
and the
so.
voice. That Carol Kane voice. I don't know how to do it, but I'll try like that. That's more of a never mind. I can't come up
That's
with
like
her
a
name.
40s radio talker.
Exactly. Well, they're kind of similar.
True.
Anyways.
I have a favorite line from this movie that I
Yes,
say all the
tell me.
time, completely out of context to anyone, which is Malibu Barbie. It has nothing to do with any conversation I ever have, but I just blurt it out all the time. All the
I
time.
love it.
It's
I
my
love it.
favorite line.
That is a great line. That is a great line.
It's
I'm
the
sorry.
way she says it, though. Graceful, delicate.
But what did they get me?
Matt, no, I won't do it again. I won't do it again. You just get one, people. You just get one.
It's too bad this isn't our feature film because then it would be
Oh, we would talk about it for hours.
it would be rocky. So anyways, I do have a few bits of trivia that I would like to share. Number one, it says Debbie makes reference to the fact that Fester has an IRA. Assuming the movie is accurate, this means that Uncle Fester had a job that paid him wages and he made deposits in an effort to obtain a tax break.
There's
So
no
I want to
way.
know what job he was doing.
I don't know.
Maybe a janitor. Maybe he's a lice lady because he doesn't have hair.
Oh my god. Fester's totally a lice lady. He had lice. He had to shave off his hair because of it. He was then bitter and became a lice lady to prevent this happening to
That's
anybody
his
else.
job.
Yeah.
That's his job.
He's a fucking lice lady, you guys. I knew it.
The last little bit of trivia I wanted to share was that Michael Jackson, I guess, wrote a song, an original song for this film, but then they pulled it because there were allegations against him at the time. So they were like, you know what? This is
Oh.
probably not the right time
That's awkward.
to do this. But he ended up releasing that song on the album Blood on the Dance Floor. So
What song is it?
it's called Is It Scary? There you go.
Okay.
So
There you go.
little bit of trivia for y'all.
All right.
There you go. We went from Lady Bird, then we linked it to movies that feature Thanksgiving with Son in Law as well as Adam's Family Values. Off of Son in Law, Stacey is going to link it to something. And I don't know what she's linking it to. And once she reveals that, I want you, if you're here in the chat, to give us an idea of something, a movie I could talk about because I'm not sure what it is.
So I put it to Carla Gugino films because we love our girl Carla
Yes.
Gugino. So of course I'm going to talk about The Watchmen. No, sorry, Watchmen. There's no "the" in the movie. It's just Watchmen. I feel like we've talked about this on the show before, but I wanted to
Maybe.
bring it up again because it's one of those. I feel like that and like Sucker Punch, and there's all these superhero like
Mhm.
comic book or graphic novel films that are much different than the ones that we're used to now in the mid to late 2000s.
Right.
So yeah, it's an interesting one to talk about and the themes that it has. And I rewatched it because it is on HBO right now. Every time I watch Watchmen, I like it more and more each time because it gets darker and darker, and I find out more about like the graphic novel and the characters and the background and history of everything, and I like it more. So
this is one I need to revisit. I remember not liking it that
I didn't
well
like it
because
when I first saw it.
I wasn't prepared for the tone.
right,
And I
right.
think that was the problem going in. Like maybe I didn't see a trailer or anything like that, and I don't know anything about the graphic novel. And my husband wanted to see it, and I was like, "I'll go see it."
Mhm.
And then I just was not prepared for how dark it was.
Right. That's exactly why I
So.
didn't like it when I first saw it. I was
Mhm.
like, this is weird. It's not like 300. I don't understand this. It's the 80s, but it's like a different 80s. It's like things have changed. It's like an
Yeah.
alternate universe kind of. So you see all these historical moments, but they're different than what we remember of as. So
Yep.
it's like an off-putting experience when you first see it, but now that I rewatch it, I like it each time. So okay, in 1995, where former superheroes exist, the murder of a colleague sends active vigilante Rorschach into his own sprawling investigation, uncovering something that could completely change the course of history as we know it. Came out in 2009. I didn't realize it was that late. I thought it was like
Right.
2005. I don't know why I thought that. Directed by Zack Snyder. This is after 300 was
Zack.
so big. This was like his.
Mhm.
Was this his next movie after 300? Or was
Could
that
be Ben. Let us
Ben?
know.
I will find out.
Thank you.
Thank you. It stars Malin Ankerman, Billy Crudup, Matthew Good, Jackie Earl Haley, he's the best part. Jackie Earl Haley as Rorschach in
I
this
love
film.
Rorschach. That
Yeah.
was my one character
He's-
that I was like, yes, I
He's
like you.
great. And he was the only member of the cast that had actually read the novel or the graphic novel, and he had petitioned for this part. He was like, I am Rorschach. I want that part. Give it to me. What's up, Ben?
Watchmen was his next movie after
Okay.
300.
Gotcha.
Good job.
Okay,
Stacey.
cool.
Well done.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Patrick Wilson, and Carla Gugino, our girl. I thought it was interesting that they cast Patrick Wilson in this. He's supposed to be like he's like the retired superhero, so he's like supposed to be overweight. He's kind of nerdy now, and I'm like, Patrick Wilson is like a prom king. That's what they call him in Little Children all the time. And Jackie Earl Haley is also in Little Children. He's really fucking creepy as a pedophile. But yeah, the casting is interesting, all the choices that they made.
I didn't understand that the comedian wasn't funny. Like that something that I was just like,
Yeah, why?
what?
Yeah, I was like,
But
why
I
did they
love
call him the
Jeffrey Dean
comedian?
Morgan.
He's
Like,
awesome.
he's a favorite of mine.
They were that was like the most difficult casting role they had was for the comedian. They were like,
Mm.
we need someone that's like grizzled and real. Everyone that came in were these like, chiseled cut, because everyone was like, oh, it's like a comic book movie. I'm not like a superhero. I look like, an action figure guy. And so he came in and like, he's got a cigar, he's got a zang scruff on his face, and he's Denny from Grey's Anatomy, you guys. Come on. So
See, I think of
yeah.
him from Supernatural.
really,
Yes.
see, I don't watch Supernatural.
Yes, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Although I haven't watched in a long time,
I
so
know.
I'm
I know
missing
you love
out
that show,
too.
though.
I'm
Mhm.
missing out too, guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I love Billy Crudup as Mr. Manhattan.
Doctor.
Dr. Manhattan. Why did I just call him Mr. Manhattan? Sorry. As Dr. Manhattan, I was like disturbed by his like blue glow the whole
Mhm.
time.
Well,
Because
of
I was like,
course.
oh, this hurts my eyes. But like, imagine being around him all the time. You could never get any sleep. It'd be like you have a giant nightlight in your face
Mm.
the whole time.
That would be a problem.
Yeah, I would never, because I need like total darkness.
Hmm.
But then again, I am afraid of the dark, so that I need like a little light. It's weird. I have this weird thing about sleeping.
This movie I find has one of the best opening sequences that I've ever
Yes.
seen in film. I still believe that with the times they are
Times they
changing.
are changing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my favorite part.
because it's all exposition. It's all
Mhm.
who are these
Yeah,
people?
let's
What did they
bring
go
it-
through?
Bring us to one.
Because there is a ton of characters. Not only is it the superheroes, the Minutemen from the 1940s they
Mhm.
introduce, and then you have to go later, and now there's this next run of superheroes who are now also retired. So it's like they span 40 years and what happened, and they show these famous historical moments that we see, like Kennedy's assassination, the fall of the Berlin Wall. You see the famous kiss with the soldiers, but it's really a woman doing it now, and it's all
Yeah.
these things that we recognize, but they use different moments in it, and it like I said, it turns you, it like off puts you for a second, because you're like, wait, what's happening? So I liked that. Yeah.
Very good. I've been watching the chat to see what movies people are putting for Carla Gugino for me to talk about. I have not seen Gerald's Game. Have you seen Gerald's Game?
I've not. I heard it's great.
Ben, have you seen Gerald's Game?
I don't know what that is.
It's on
Okay,
Netflix,
okay.
right?
It's on Netflix. It's a Stephen King adaptation.
Mhm.
I do want to see that. That's on my list, so I can't be talking about that because I don't know anything about it. But I am going to talk about something I know very well, which we've talked about before. But I'm going to say it anyways because you know what I'm going to say,
I do know. I
Okay.
know what you're gonna pick.
which is
True Beverly Hills.
Yes.
I knew it.
I was like, what Carla Gugino movie do I know well? And that is True Beverly
It's
Hills.
her first movie.
Yeah, it is one of her first films.
Mhm.
I mean,
Gather around you, friends of mine.
yeah, this is one of my favorite films, so obviously I can't pass it up when the opportunity presents itself. So thank you very much. I just love everything about it. I really would like some cookies. I sing cookie time with my sister quite often. Anytime, like, for the most part, we don't have a lot of cookies that we keep in our house here.
That is the opposite of my house.
Oh,
I keep a lot
and
of
my
cookies in
sister.
there.
So when we either make cookies or when we have them in our house and we're about to eat a cookie, we usually like will send each other a message saying it's cookie time
Nice,
because
nice.
it's cookie time,
Mhm.
guys. Although cookies
Come
are
on
my
down.
favorite.
Come on down.
I've
It's
decided.
cookie
I've made a
time.
list of hierarchy of desserts, and
Oh.
cookies are my favorite,
We need to
followed by
discuss
pie.
that. Mine is cupcakes, cake, pie, cookies, and then
Okay.
like chocolate
Okay.
bars and candy, like little candy.
All right.
That's my
All
order.
right.
Cupcakes because they're portable and because they still taste
They
like a
do.
cake.
I like cupcakes better than cake because of the
Mhm.
ratio of cake to frosting is much better.
Important.
Is much better.
Important.
And usually they're not as dry as a cake can
True.
be. But
True.
mine usually goes cookies, pie, ice cream cake. 'cause
Oh.
That's superior.
Mine's
Followed
a-
by ice cream
Oh, I forgot about ice cream.
and then cupcakes and then oh wait, I forgot about brownies, guys. Those are even
What
better.
about yogurt? What about
What is
froyo?
it? Yogurt. Okay, frozen yogurt.
Frozen
That's
yogurt.
probably right behind ice cream. Okay, I'm glad we got into this discussion.
This is a very
Um,
important topic, you guys.
This is. I tweeted about this one time where I like did my hierarchy of
Mm-hmm.
desserts. So I'll find that tweet and I'll
Yes, please.
retweet it
Yes,
for
please.
those that are
indeed.
interested in
Mhm.
seeing where I'm at. But definitely brownies, I do love.
I love brownies, like warm, gooey brownies. Oh,
Mhm.
there's nothing better.
What is your favorite Girl Scout cookie, which could also be
Thin
Wilderness
Mints.
Girl? Okay, Thin
Thin
Mints.
Mints, hands down.
They call them now Caramel Delights, but they used to call them Samoas.
Oh.
Now they call them Caramel Delights.
Mm.
Those are my favorite.
Did they change the name because
I don't know. I don't
Samoas?
know.
Because Samoans? Was it a
Maybe
PC
it's
thing?
possible.
I don't know.
Tell us your favorite. Tell us your favorite Girl Scout cookie, and while you're doing that, hit that like button because you can. And Ben wants to tell us his. 'Cause
What,
it's-
Ben?
Well, no,
It's
I
always
was going to
about Ben.
say that actually Samoas and Caramel Delights both still exist. There
Okay.
is a difference in name because Samoas are made by Little Brownie Bakers and Caramel Delights are made by a different baking company. So they're very similar, but different enough that they're like, these are two things.
Got it.
Yep.
Thank you. All right.
When is the season for Girl Scout cookies?
Oh, it starts like January now.
Okay.
It used to start. It used to be that they would come around and they'd take your order.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it used to go. Let me just. This is why my daughter is not in Girl Scouts right now.
Mm.
It used to be that they come around, take your order, and then they come back later with your order and they deliver it.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes they'd be outside grocery stores and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now what they do is they make the parent buy into it, meaning I as the parent have to buy all of the cookies that my daughter is going to be selling,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to push that product onto other people. I have to get rid of all
That's
the cookies.
like a pyramid scheme.
It is. F those people is what I'm saying.
That's like this whole thing going on with like leggings, and these women have to
Mhm.
buy all these leggings and they try and sell them and push the product, but they're shitty leggings and they're leggings that people don't want to buy.
It sucks.
It's a racket, you guys.
Like I would rather go back to the tell me how many you want and I will go
Yeah.
get them.
I'll buy it. I'll buy it from Girl Scouts. I'll buy 5 boxes of Thin Mints every time. I'm like, sure, sweetie, but let me get cash
The
out.
organization, allegedly this is better for them because they're offloading all of their content onto people
That's bullshit.
directly and then we're taking the hit personally.
Yeah,
So
if
I'm
they
like,
don't sell it.
I guess I could see it as a donation, like in general. Like I'm gonna donate $500 to Girl Scouts, and if I don't make that back, I guess I
You
don't make that
donated
back.
something. But no, that is not okay.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
So that's just frustrating. I don't like when people do that kind of stuff. I would rather it be ordered and then maybe they'll change it. Who knows? I'm not sure. I don't really know if this is actually how it works, but that's what I've been told. And I'm only saying that because I don't want to get sued by anyone. All right.
Allegedly,
so anyways.
guys. Allegedly, the Girl Scouts are horrible.
All right, let's move over to mine. So we went from Lady Bird, then we linked it to movies that feature Thanksgiving with Son-in-Law as well as Adam's Family Values. Off of Son-in-Law, we linked to Carla Gugino with Watchmen as well as True Beverly Hills, kind of. And now we're going off of Adam's Family Values. And no surprise here, I did movies that have camp, some kind of camp.
Oh.
And you know what? After I had picked what I had picked, I was thinking, you know what? I should have done something different. And I'll tell you about that in a little bit, and I'll tell you why. So I picked Heavyweights.
Oh, okay.
Came out February 17th, 1995. I noticed that we have not talked about this before, so just wanted to make sure that it was
Okay.
brought up. But the one that I was like, oh, you know what I should have done is this movie called Camp, which came out, it was in the festivals in like 2002-ish. And it's a independent film about kids that go to theater camp and like kids that are outcasts and you know you have transgender kids and gay kids and kids that just don't feel like they belong and kids that have other sort of disabilities that come to this theater camp and then they put on all these cool productions and Anna Kendrick is in it and she's really good.
Wow,
So
okay,
it was one of those ones where you just feel like this seems like a showcase for all these young actors to
Cool.
maybe go on and do other things.
I love
So
that.
I would definitely recommend Camp. So now if you have a movie that has camp in it, any kind of camp, even if it's just kind of like a kid going away to, I don't know, to computer camp or something, like if there's anything that has camp at all in it, put it in the comments so that maybe Stacy can pick that. But I chose Heavyweights. This is about, you know, larger children who are lured to joining a posh fat camp with the promise of quick weight loss and good times, only to find that the facility is a woodland hellhole run by a psycho ex fitness instructor. Now, it wasn't that way to begin with. To begin with, it's like this nice place called Camp Hope. They're all going over there. But then, when they get there, Tony Perkins, takes over. He buys it out like while they're there, and then it changes over to his camp, and then it sucks.
And it's Ben
And
Stiller.
It sucks. Ben Stiller. It's totally the same role that he plays in Dodgeball, only better.
Is it supposed to be the same man, or they just changed his? It's
I
like
I
they
think
changed
those
his
are
name, or is
I
it
think
the
those are
same
two
man?
different characters.
different
But
characters.
maybe Ben can look that up. I believe they're two different characters.
Okay.
This is directed by Stephen Brill, who wrote the Mighty Ducks series.
Oh, so you know
Um,
it's good.
Also wrote it, as well as Judd Apatow wrote this.
Oh,
I did
okay.
see a little bit of trivia on this that I thought was like, this is too good to pass up. But
Mhm.
apparently, Paul Thomas Anderson has told Judd Apatow that this is one of his favorite films. And I was
Whoa,
like, what?
really? Paul Thomas Anderson? There Will Be Blood. Paul Thomas Anderson loves heavyweights. That is hysterical.
I love that.
That's
I love
so
that.
funny.
Some names that we might know: Paul Feig, Keenan Thompson, or Feige. I don't know how you say
Feige.
that. Feige. I hate that. Paul Feige. Keenan Thompson was in this, as well as Jeffrey Tambor, Ben Stiller, Jerry Stiller. His parents are the ones that his real life parents are the ones that are in charge of Camp Hope, and
Mhm.
then he takes it over from them.
Mhm.
And apparently, on the first date of Judd Apatow and Leslie Mann, he tried to impress her by showing her this film, and being like,
And
"This
what did
is,
she
this is a
think?
film I wrote. I wrote this film." Well, they're married, so I guess she
I
was
guess
like,
she
"I'm,
liked
I'm
it.
in it. I'm in for it." And yeah, I like this film because I just find that it's like outcasts that are just trying to have
Mhm.
some fun and trying to take camp back. They're trying to take
Yeah.
it back from this evil dictator.
Yeah.
They also have the Blob, which I don't know. Have you ever been to a camp with a blob?
Well, no, what's
Okay,
a
it's
blob?
this big air mattress, and it's on the lake. And so the first person, like this giant air mattress, first person jumps down and then goes to the end of the air mattress, and then
Mhm.
it's like kind of like a seesaw, and then someone else jumps
Oh,
onto it,
mhm.
and then it pops you up.
Cool.
That's fun. So I went
cool.
to Hume Lake, and they have the Blob there. And
Whoa, that
it's
sounds
a
fun.
lot of fun.
Let's go to the
A lot
blob.
of fun.
Let's do the blob. Let's become lice ladies and go to the blob.
So I had a fun time going to like sleepaway camps when I was a kid, and that's probably why I like camp movies,
Mhm.
because I see the same things that they're doing the same things that I pretty much did.
Cool. I went to lots of camps when I was
Mhm.
a kid. I mainly went to like 4-H camps. So
Mhm.
I was in 4-H growing up, which
Right.
the main thing is that you show livestock and it's agriculture and everything. But they also have lots of youth leadership programs. So we would do all these camps during the summer, and then there was also one where you do it, and that's where you like elect your little counselors, or
Mhm.
not counselors, but your district council for the year. So like you run for office basically. And so I
Yeah.
was elected a few times. I was on district
Hey,
council.
hey.
District 12, what's up? I was secretary, which was cool. And yeah, it was awesome. I loved camp. Camp was a good time. Camp is where you find yourself. Whether you like yourself or not, you find out
Mhm.
who you are.
That
If
is
that
a
is
bit true.
revealing. Yeah, yeah.
What's a movie that features camp that you would like to discuss?
I've seen a lot of people mention this in here. Let's see. Who mentioned Moonrise Kingdom first? I forgot who. Was it Sam?
Sam?
Anderson.
Sam Anderson, what's up, boo? I will absolutely talk about Moonrise Kingdom. This is my favorite Wes Anderson film.
Okay.
I think it is whimsical, and it's like all the children are the adults in the movie.
That's
They
always
are
kind of how Wes Anderson
It is, yeah. So
Everyone's
it's
very, very intellectual.
yeah. The adults are acting like hooligans, and they're crazy and having affairs and running
Mhm.
around and losing kids and everything. But the kids are the ones that are like, we are in love and we're gonna go on an adventure and escape with each other. And then the other kids are like, we're gonna go capture them. And it's like a rescue mission, and someone gets shot with an arrow, and there's lightning, and it's this
I haven't
weird.
seen this movie. I need to see it,
What?
especially because I love camp.
Oh, it's
so I need to
awesome.
see it.
It's kind of a camp.
Oh, sorry. This came out probably like in 2000. I want to say like 12, 13,
Yeah.
14.
Yeah,
That
something
was
like
my
that.
dark ages.
Oh, okay.
That's why not seen any films.
Got you.
But maybe Ben, you can tell us what year that came out. Thank you.
What year Moonrise Kingdom?
Yes.
2012.
We're not
Is that
asking
off
you
the
to
top
guess.
of your head?
Look
It is
it
off the
up.
top of my head. I'm looking it up, but I want to see if I'm right. I'm almost
Okay,
positive I'm
thank
right.
you.
The basic plot is
2012.
that 2012.
All right,
Okay.
great.
There is a young boy and a young girl
Mhm.
that become friends. They're pen pals. They fall in love. And she's unhappy with her home life. Her parents are Frances McDormand and Bill Murray.
Okay.
He is unhappy with his home life. His parents died, so now he's in a foster home. So they want to escape. And he's like in this little like Boy Scouts kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Kind of reminds me of Adam's Family Values because they
Yeah.
kind of fall in love. She falls in love with Krumholtz.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
He has gotten so large and he is on the deuce. And he is a wonderful actor, but if you look at him and then now he has gotten so big.
who knew?
Who knew?
Bernard from the Santa Claus.
Bernard from the Santa Claus, the head elf, is on the deuce. And he's fucking killing it, by the way. He is fantastic on that show. I love the deuce so much. We need to talk about this at a later
Another
date.
time. Yeah.
Another time. However, so they try and escape, and then he's in this little like Boy Scouts thing. He was at they're kind of like camping out, and they have like a camp headquarters, so it's not like a sleepaway camp. It's like they have tents and like a little camp away thing. So the scoutmaster in that, which is played by Edward Norton, and all the little troops are like, we need to go and find these kids. There's a storm. We got to save them. So it's a whole kind of chase thing.
Yes.
And it's these two kids, and they're the adults in their lives are acting ridiculous, so they are trying to be the grown-ups.
Stable ones.
Yeah, the stable
Got it.
ones. And everyone else is acting like hooligans. And
I
it's
like it.
weird and whimsical, and it's a Wes Anderson film.
I
It's
know.
so
I love
cool.
Wes Anderson. So
He is so interesting.
Mhm.
And he claps weird, you guys. Have
I
you
need to
seen
look
his-
this up. I have
Oh,
not
it's
seen it.
so funny. He is in an award show, and he's like,
Oh dear.
he literally claps like this. It's so weird. It's his hands are like lobster claws. It's very odd. Yeah, that's Moonrise Kingdom. That's
I like
my camp
it. I like
movie.
it.
Mhm.
All right, so we went from Lady Bird, then we linked it to movies that feature Thanksgiving with Adam's Family Values, as well as Son-in-Law. Off of Son-in-Law, we linked it to Carla Gugino films with Watchmen, as well as True Beverly Hills. And then off of Adam's Family Values, we linked it to movies with Camp, with Moonrise Kingdom, as well as Heavyweights. So there you go.
That is our show, but we have some more
Yes.
things to talk about.
We do. We're gonna link it to Kevin Bacon because 6 Degrees of Feature Film, 6
6
Degrees of Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon was in JFK with Laurie Metcalf, who was in Lady Bird.
There you go.
Simple as that.
You know, I've never seen
Simple as
JFK.
pie. I haven't either.
I heard it's good.
So many
Why did we
movies
just
I haven't
laugh so
seen. But now it is time for Better with Rocky. Would Lady Bird be better with Sylvester Stallone as Rocky as
Saoirse Ronan and Lady Bird.
Okay, so Lady Bird.
So Lady Bird, Christine Lady Bird McPherson. So this is a scene where she has lost her virginity, and she's telling her friend if she liked it or not and how it was. And she says,
It's a little bit of a spoiler.
It's a
but that's
little bit
okay.
of a
Sorry.
spoiler.
Sorry,
Well,
guys.
it's about a girl
All right.
growing up.
Yeah.
Come on. It's about
Okay.
a girl growing up. Of course, she's gonna lose her virginity and talk about it. Okay, with her best friend. So she says,
I found what had happened. I really like dry hopping more.
there you go. That's the
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's a good line.
It's a good line. There's also another line I could do, which is,
I hate California. I want to go to the East Coast. I want to go with this culture like New York or Connecticut or New Hampshire.
we could have
Better,
done that one too.
better.
We'll do both. I did both.
You did both.
I
You did all that's
two.
available on IMDb.
All that's available on IMDb quotes.
Oh man. Oh, I'm glad we were able to do this today
Me
because I
too.
missed you
I missed you.
and I missed
I
you
missed
guys.
you guys. We missed Randall and Laura and Jonathan
Mhm.
and
other
people,
Jonathan.
Sam and other Jonathan and other people in the chat that if you scroll down,
Star
I'll see your
True.
names. Star True.
All these people.
All the people.
Andrew.
Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
There you go.
Mhm.
All the people.
Well, I'm glad we could discover our love for lice ladies. I'm
Laura.
so very
thank you.
curious about this racket that's going on and how I can get involved
We're
in
all
this
gonna-
pyramid scheme of lice ladies and Girl Scout cookies.
That's
Mhm.
right. Maybe they'll sell you Girl Scout cookies when you have the lice lady.
That's
Same time.
oh my god,
Same time.
that's what I
They
can
can
do.
promote each other somehow.
People call me over and say, I have lice. Please come and check me out. I'll say, sure thing. And then I go over and then I'm like, want some Thin Mints? Do you want some Thin Mints? And they'll eat them as I check them for lice. And all will be well in the world. And I'll
Amazing.
make all the money. And then
Amazing.
I can quit my job and we can do our podcast full time all the time. Malibu Barbie. Graceful.
All right.
Delicate.
Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Stacey O. Howard. That's no E, no I, just Y. Oh, I got it right this time. Yes.
Yeah,
As well as
you did well.
Instagram and Snapchat. All those things. Stacey L. Howard. Okay. Where
I
can
love
we
it.
find you?
You can find me all day, every day on Twitter at Miss Movies. And that's it. I have
Okay.
film therapy tomorrow. Jen
Cool.
Sturger's going to be here.
Jen.
Very exciting.
It's her
It's her birthday
birthday.
today.
Shout
Happy
out, Jen.
birthday.
Hey, girl.
All right. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.